Welcome to the Tiffany Mika podcast. What we do here is build the belief in you to accomplish your dreams in your sport. I'll be your mentor and give you the skills, strategies, and guidance to make it happen. Dream big, believe in you, and go after your dreams. Now let's get into today's episode. Hey there, Tiff here from the Tiffany Mika podcast, and welcome to today's episode. Well, the last few episodes we've been talking about how to reset your goals for the next 6 months, haven't we? Like the next half of this year. So if you've been listening here and been following what we've been doing the last few episodes, we are up to how to figure out how we can accomplish those goals and how we can be working on them to make them happen. So if you remember in phase 3 of crafting your path, you wrote down all these things that you needed to do next. That's that what's next answer, wasn't it? All these things. And it could have been quite overwhelming looking at what you've got to do next. You might have had a whole page of things or maybe more. Well, now what we're going to do here is we're going to work through that next step to just make it a bit easier so it doesn't look so overwhelming or daunting for you. And we can divide them up into how we can make them happen just in a much simpler form. Because sometimes we can get too complex about things. The same with our sport, we can get too complex about things. And we get overwhelmed, and to the point where it's like that analysis paralysis sort of thing. You overanalyze everything so much that now you can't do anything. And so we want to make sure that we've got some things set up nice and simple for you so that you can get out there and go and do that. So what I want you to do here is I want you to divide the rest of the year up into months. So we got July, August, September, October, November, December. And for all your what's next areas or answers that you answered in phase 3 of the crafting your path, I want you to put those what next answers into the months in which you see that you can achieve them. So don't put them all in July, space them out. So you can actually then start to see, okay, well, this is what I need to focus on now, because if I focus on this specific area now, then next month I can it'll be the lead up to the next thing, for example. Okay, so that's what we want to be doing, so we can space it out, be realistic about it, because you can't all do everything all in 1 month, even though that I used to think you could, and I was always chasing my tail, but you can't do that. So space it out. It will take the pressure off you, and it'll give you a way in which you can have your action steps in place to accomplishing your goals, but just in a much more realistic way and not feeling like you have to burn the candle at both ends. And that's the thing that we don't want. We don't want to be having to burn the candle at both ends, because the most important thing is as long as you accomplish your goals. Sometimes they'll take a bit longer, but as long as you accomplish them, that's the most important thing. So let's do an example. I'll do an example here. So let's say your what's next answers were, I've got to improve my short game. That's what we talk about in golf. Or I've got to improve my forehand volley in tennis. Or in golf, hit straight balls off the tee. Or I've got to work on my slice backhand. In tennis, in golf, sink putts in 2 or less on the greens. In tennis, hit 10 serves down the center, the tee box every 10 in a row or something like that, and not be able to go home until I've hit 10 in a row in the court, that kind of thing. So these will give you like themes of what you want to work on throughout the month. So when you look at that and you go, okay, for example, what does it mean for a short game? What does that mean? Well, usually in golf it's chipping, pitching, bunkers, putting, that kind of area. It's like the shorter area of the course, and that's where the money is, so to speak. That's where you can reduce the amount of shots. So if you were to talk about your golf and you said, I want to improve my short game, be really specific. So what it means is, do you want to, maybe you want to chip consistently, or you want to be able to pitch the ball onto the green and the ball to stay there, or you want to get out of the bunker in, one shot or something like that. So I want you to be really specific on what you mean by improving on your short game. That's if you're thinking golf and you're a bit not as specific as it should be. So with tennis, for example, we talked about, improving forehand volley or getting the serves down. You want to be able to serve the serves down the center 10 in a row, or you want to be able to hit a slice backhand. That's good. That's specific enough. So then if we look at the month of, let's say the month of July, and you say, okay, I want to improve my forehand volley, I want to improve my slice backhand, and I want to be able to hit my serves down the center. And you might say, well, over that whole time, maybe July, August, and September, those three areas are the three areas that I want to work on. Put them all in there. The thing is when you put them in those months, then be specific on what days you're going to work on those specific things. But this is good, because then it gets it off the off the what's next area, putting it into months, so that you know that then those are the areas that you need to work on. So really the whole goal here for you right now is to move those what's next areas out of that phase 3 area and put it into July, August, September, October, November, December, in those specific months that you can realistically make that actually happen. Okay. And so what I want you to do there is, once you've done that, then you can create your drills and the plans of the days in which you're going to be working on those specific areas steadily over those next number of months. Okay, so that's what you want to be doing here. So when you get to this episode and you've got to these questions ready to go, just divide it up into each month, put down those what next answers in from phase 3 from the previous episode into the months in which you feel that you can accomplish those. Put some drills in place, put down when you're going to do those drills, and then you'll be able to see it on paper, and then you've got a plan to follow. And then when you've got your plan to follow, it makes it so much more easier for you to achieve it, rather than it sit in your head. So that's all you really need to do. It's very simple. We can take action on it straight away. And you can get to work, and then you can just focus on what that month is. And then once you've completed the month of July, for example, then you move on to the month of August. Okay. So I want you to get to work on that. I look forward to hearing what you have come up with. So I'd love it if you could share with me what you've put together. So send me an email and let me know. And I want you to also let me know what you like best about what you heard today. So leave a comment down below wherever you hear this episode. And I also want you to share these episodes with your friends that you know that would benefit from them. And I want you to dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams. And I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you and talking to you real soon. Take care. Bye for now. Before you go, do you want to build confidence, belief, strength and courage in you to go after your big dreams in your life and in your sport? If you do, go to www.tiffany-mika.com and get a copy of my book, Focus, How to Reach Your Potential in Sport, Business and Life. I look forward to seeing you there. Dream big, believe in you, go after your dreams.